Hey guys, welcome back to the shop, to updates from the underground number 15. Now I think last update video I said that was going to be the last one for 2016. This one will be the last one for 2016. In fact, disregard any of that. I'm not going to make any promises. I think this might be the last one for this year. In any case, I just wanted to give you a quick little update on a couple of things that's been happening around the shop. First, a little housekeeping. Thank you to everybody. A big, huge thanks to everybody who pledged some support on Patreon. Honestly, guys, I didn't think it was going to happen that fast, and I got a couple of pledges, and I'm really surprised and very thankful. It will really, your support will come in very handy for some of the improvements I've already made. Speaking of which, new audio is coming for all these videos. I've been watching, the last update video and the first video that Tim and I did for the South Bend restoration, and the echo is terrible in here. It's a very live room, and it's probably echoing right now. So what I did was I purchased a wireless lavalier mic. And it's a very directional lavalier mic. A lot of them are what's known as omnidirectional. So they pick up in a 360-degree polar pattern. But this one is it's called a super cardioid, which resembles a heart for the cardioid polar pattern. So it's very directional. You could have a cardioid, and then you could have a supercardioid or a hypercardioid, which is very directional. Spot microphones are like that, the kind that sit above somebody's head, off camera. Anyway, what it does is it reduces, if not eliminates, all the echo. So I'm really looking forward to improving the audio quality. I've also made some adjustments on the camera. With my photography knowledge that I've gotten over the past 6 months, I've kind of learned how to dial in my video camera a little bit better. So the footage will be nicer, and the audio quality is going to be inherently better. And that should happen in the next couple days. The stuff's coming from Amazon Prime. T-shirts. Still got T-shirts available, T-shirts and hoodies, and they will be available until Christmas Eve. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, somewhere around there. So if you haven't done so, pick up a shirt or two or three, and a hoodie or two for a loved one. And as a lot of my viewers pointed out, keep these tucked in, or don't wear them when you're by a machine. Honestly, it's a very good piece of advice. You could be leaning over, and this thing could pull you right into your demise. So just wear them when you're walking around the shop, or clip them. A lot of people said that they take their the drawstring out, which is a great idea. So I've been working on these little tiny pieces that I'll show some footage of. They're little tiny locate pins. It's a Maple Lane job for the paying customer, and I have to make 50 of them. You saw last week I made the die holder for that, and the issue that I'm facing now is that it's such a small little shoulder that I have to thread up to. It's 156 thousandths long, and on the die you have a lead-in chamfer, and that chamfer is, I don't know, it's a substantial distance. So what I need to do is grind pick a side and grind out that chamfer. So it's basically you're taking the chamfer away, and you have the edge, the face of the die will be right up to a thread. To do that, I need my surface grinder to work, and my surface grinder hasn't been hooked up yet. So I've been running around today. Today's Sunday. I've been running around getting liquid tight conduit and some ends, some connectors, and then I ran out. I need another one, and I went to the Home Depot, and of course they're closed, and now it's 7:30 at night, and I've kind of ground to a halt with that. So anyway, I got some footage of me making some of these these little locate pins, and we're doing that. Picked up a whiteboard for the shop. I'll show you a little footage of that. I was about to put some, speaking of which, I got some stickers from Pierre, Baudry, and Phil. I was about to put their stickers on the whiteboard, and it's a small whiteboard, it isn't too big, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to put it on there, I'm going to actually get I have a long piece of wood that will go right above it, and that's going to be the, you know, the wall of swag. I'm going to put, I got so many stickers, I'm going to put some stickers, you know, all the stickers on there to, you know, to help promote everybody in the community. What else? I have another Maple Lane job coming up, those tool blocks that I made a video for a couple of months. I got a reorder on them, which I'll have to start doing soon. And oh, an update on the South Bend lathe restoration. So I'm going to be uploading, with this video, I will be uploading part 2 of that, which is when Tim and I disassemble the headstock. This week though, a couple of days ago, Tim came over and we disassembled the whole carriage. We disassembled, what else? So we disassembled the gearbox. What's left is the apron, the tailstock, the underdrive, and you know, the bed. It's just a couple of bolts really holding the bed onto the feet. And actually, now that I'm looking at it right now, the rack gear, you know, small little incidental things like that. I don't know what Tim's schedule is going to be like this week, but if he can't make it, I might, if Tim can't make it, I'm going to go ahead and finish the disassembly, because it's really just a couple of little things here. Got some footage filmed already of the ultrasonic cleaner cleaning the parts. I'm happy with the results, I will say that. I'll give you a little hint on that. I wish I had a bigger one though, to be honest with you. The bigger, more powerful ultrasonic cleaner would be really, really great. In any case, got some footage I filmed tonight of you know, of the surface grinder, putting the liquid tight conduit on there, you know, up until where I stopped. But other than that, I think that's about it. So if I don't make another video, another update video for this year, I wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, safe New Year, obviously, and we'll catch you on the next one, possibly in 2017. Look for the South Bend lathe parts, you know, 2, 3, and so on. They're going to just keep coming, because I got plenty of footage and so much to edit, but it's all there and it's all coming. So thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. And here is our new board, our dry erase board. I had to christen it, and I wrote Maple Lane Machine and Tool on there. And to everybody who guessed that those were South Bend 10K parts, obviously you were correct. Here's just what's left from this week's progress that we made. We got all these buckets filled with cleaned parts, and over here you got the remnants of what's left. I got some castings to clean, and there is the surface grinder being fixed currently. Alright, so this is a Maple Lane job. I have 50 pieces of these to make, and as you can see, it's a 448 thread. The overall length is about 656 thousandths, and it's 3/16 diameter, 3/16 stainless. So these are tiny little locate pins that we have to make. So I installed the 3/8 collet, and what I did was, initially I parted all these off, you know, 50 of them, and they had, you know, a little end that had to be taken off, and I also put a 30 thousandths chamfer on them. So these are going to screw down into some kind of a plate, into some kind of an adapter plate, and then some kind of other, I don't know, modular plate will locate onto them. So again, they're just literally, they're just little chamfers on one side and threads on the other. So the process now is to load these up into a collet. Come on. I got a collet stop set. I've got my carriage stop set, so I can come down for the length of the shoulder. And I'm just really turning him. We got the lathe going at 1100 RPMs, and it's a very simple and highly mundane task. So just using the DRO, I divide it up into 3 cuts, and I'm just working it by hand with the hand wheel. Right, go in and I bring it to about 20 thousandths. Zip. And then we take our finishing cut. Knocking the burr off, putting a little tiny lead-in chamfer for threading. And then we got our indicating mic set up. Well, it fell, but I know that it's right into I know that it's right into spec there. Let me shut the camera and I'll go get that piece. We've recovered our piece from the chip tray, and it's measuring about 2/10 oversized. Big deal. This has a 5 thousandths. This has a 5 thousandths tolerance. And it's supposed to be 1/12, and you can see that it's right on the money. So into the bucket it goes. Then once I have about 40 more, I have about 25 more pieces to go, so I'm half done with that. Next up after that will be to thread them. I've got my MT3 arbor set up for our die holder, and we're gonna put some threads on those pieces now. So to put the threads on this, I want to have the lathe running at a very slow speed. I just, you know, they're small little pieces, so I just want to have it going slow for now. I'm going to put it at the slowest speed, 82 RPMs, and we're going to get a feel for it. I mean, you know, that's the thing with a lot of these production jobs, and especially with small work, you want to get a feel for how the part behaves and how things are moving, and then you can sort of step up your productivity and your speed and whatnot. And again, I got a collet stop set, and I'm just feeding this by hand until it bites, and that's it. Reverse. And we'll see how that came out. Now my caution was to not hit this shoulder right here, which is not happening, fortunately. The thread comes in and it cuts it until it hits the chamfer. I am going to put a little bit of a thread relief in there, real tiny little thread relief. It's probably real hard to focus in on how minute and small this part is, but a little thread relief will go in there, and then we'll just hit this with a file chamfer. When all these are done, they need to get what's known as electro polished. So then we're going to send them out to the electro polisher. Luckily I have one that's the next town over, so I could just drive down and bring them. So we're going to get these electro polished and then out to the customer. Thanks.